That's how you get demonetized right off the bat, folks. I don't give a fuck. Fuck money. This is all about sports and money. Hold on, let's make a call. I just got a missed call. You rang. I'm live on Sports Mass Collective with Steve Conti, the God.
I know. I realized it. That's why I hung up. I'm in the process of retweeting it. I'm in there.
Oh, wow.
I'm in there, boo.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, well, you couldn't sneak it by me this time, you two. I'm tweeting. I'm retweeting absolute scenes and tagging used twos.
Wow. Well, somebody's going to be proud.
Is Steve listening? Don't tell him I stuck in your chat at the end and send a $2 spike super chat to Ray. Don't tell him.
Yes. Yeah, well, we won't tell him. He can't
Don't
hear
tell
you.
me that. I don't care.
Oh, he really can't?
No, he can. He said don't tell him that.
Yeah, I don't care. Don't tell me any of that.
Back to work, dummy.
All right.
Tuesday.
All right. Bring your basketball. Yeah, on that note, Steve Conti joins me today, of course.
Hi.
Hello.
Let's
yes,
talk sports.
That's all
Sharks.
we can. San Jose Sharks. Love playing with them in NHL 94, mostly for the jerseys.
Best logo in all of
Well, Steve,
Oh,
it's
look
that
at
time. Celsius heat.
Bringing the heat.
I like to start all my shows with the Celsius heat. This podcast sponsored by Celsius. Do you have a basketball? Does Gino have do I have to lug a basketball down there?
Neither of us, believe it or not, have a basketball in the studio. We've never needed one, but I now understand your confusion because we do seem very black. So
Yeah.
it would make
I
sense.
should go
if
up
we
to
did.
the 11th floor and see if my friends have a basketball. Maybe I'll just buy a cheap ball somewhere down there. I don't want to bring
Yeah, there's a dollar store like right around the corner. I'm sure they have a nice shitty basketball that you can also
I
then buy
frequented
a
that
pump
dollar
for.
store. Hell of a dollar store.
It's definitely hell.
My God, where do we even begin? It's the sports are just going absolutely hog wild. Your Rangers won their series this week. They play this afternoon. I have a bet. I took the Rangers plus 1.5 and over 5.5 goals. $3 bet to win $10. Huge.
I don't know about that over 5.5 goals, but 1.5, that's really good. Because, I mean, the Rangers are at home, so by all means, they should win this game. But playoff hockey, I don't know if you've been watching any of it recently. A few of the games have ended 1-0. And it seems like everybody's kind of tightening the defensive belt. It's getting further into the playoffs, and these guys they're getting nervous. They're not scoring as much. Teams seem way more afraid to fuck up and let someone else score than to score themselves. So it's the first game of a series, so this would be the one they score a lot in. But I think for the duration, I would be picking unders for like the rest of the playoffs.
Well, that explains why I have $0 in my account. That was my last $3, and it's a no sweat bet, so I get my $3 back. Now, did you bet? Now, people love to say this sentence, and I'm going to put a gun in my mouth after I say it. Did you bet on the ponies yesterday?
I did. I bet on a couple ponies. They lost because horse racing is gay, and at least with sports betting, you feel like there's some sort of knowledge that goes into your picks, and you can actually figure, when you win, you feel smart, and when you lose, it's like, oh, some crazy thing happened. With horses, it just seems entirely random. I know there's you can look up oh, this horse is good on this type of ground, like in mud or in regular dirt. And this horse is good at. I don't fucking think any of it means anything. It's all completely who won. I don't even know who won that. I know my two didn't.
I know it was the closest finish in Derby history, and I know Kelly lost $200 on it. He. No, I went to bet on it. You couldn't. Where did you bet on it? What app did you use?
I used the app. It's called My Mom. Mom's Bets. Marino's Casino Reno.
Mom is the bank?
She called in to my uncle for him to put a bet in.
Oh, my God. You
because
are from
he's
Staten Island.
he's with my grandfather, my grandfather's dead, but him and my grandfather used to bet on the ponies every Sunday. It was I don't know if that's a WAP thing or if that's just a degenerate gambler
I think it's
thing.
a degenerate thing because when I ever go to the best bar in America, Casey's Tavern, if I ever were to go during the day, like on any random day, they have horse racing on the TVs, and all the old barflies are there watching it. I presume betting on it through their dead grandfather or whatever the hell you people do.
Yeah,
Um,
that's basically what happened. So my mom called me and she's like, "Oh, are you betting on the races?" And I was like, "No, I don't really care. I have UFC and hockey and fucking baseball to bet on." And she's like, "You have to. It's the Kentucky Derby. You have to pick one." And I was like, "All right, I picked this one." And actually, she even picked them for me. She was like, "Why don't you pick Charlie's birthday, 8 And I was like, "Okay, I'll pick those two numbers." She puts it in, they lose, and I didn't watch a second of it, and I think that's what everyone's attitude towards the Kentucky Derby should be. I'm not
you
going to watch
didn't
it.
you
I
didn't
might.
put on
I
a
don't even know how much she put on it. I don't know if she put $5 or 500. I have no idea. All I know is it did not win.
you didn't put on suspenders and drink a mint julep.
No, although that is the part of it I kind of like is the sugary whiskey with the mint
You
aftertaste.
do
I think
love
it's
your
very tasty.
sugar alcohol. I can vouch for that. Let's call our bad beat to hear her cry. This is the show. I don't really care.
You calling who? Kelly?
Hello.
How was your live on Sports Mass Collective with me and Steve Conti? How
You're
did your
live.
Kentucky Derby bet go?
Fuck that. I lost. I picked the second horse, and he lost by this much.
How much?
Sierra Leone was my horse. This much. A fucking little nose hair.
Nose hair.
Mm-hmm. Horse hair.
How much did you lose? Hundreds?
Hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
200s.
Now I have Steve here, the sports czar. Did you have a question for him about?
Yes, Czar. So I need a solid bet for this afternoon. I need a game to bet on that's a sure thing. Or do I do what Stansel did and play roulette on DraftKings?
Oh my God.
Should I do?
The answer you already answered. There's no sure thing. I think the Rangers might be a sure thing, getting a point and a half, but other than that, I really don't think there's anything that's a sure even money bet. But with roulette, it's going to take 2 seconds. Just throw $100 on black, and once you win, you now have $200 that you can put on the Rangers.
Okay, so yes, Kelly. The answer is you put 200 on black, and with the money you win, there's no sure. He says there's no sure thing in sports gambling, which is a lie, of course. But he says probably the Rangers getting 1.5 goals at home is your closest thing. So why don't you put it all on black and then all on the Rangers?
$200 on black.
Yes, and then
Did
call
she
us
say?
back and let us know how it goes.
And I do that through my DraftKings account.
Yes, you go to and you have to go to the lightning roulette. You want to go to the lightning roulette on the DraftKings. Very important. Don't go to the American roulette. Go to lightning roulette.
All right, let me see what I can do.
All right, get to work. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh my God! And now look at what the fuck. Wow, it's just like the old days. Look who it is, folks. Some people call him the caller. Some people call him Victor. What are you doing? You're at a boys lacrosse game?
I'm at an all-American sports game today. Yep, we've got a high school blowout right now, 15-5. My nephew's doing real good, but
Nice.
yeah, a little lacrosse action today.
Atta
I heard you
boy.
guys. You were just
You know,
doing a little retard school with that Kelly girl on the betting, huh?
she sure is retarded. Yep.
Yeah,
You
she's stupid.
She did not seem capable at all there, huh?
Well, she's a woman, and they try.
She's a woman.
God bless
She's
her
a
heart.
woman. Yeah.
I hope she
She's a
knows that if
woman.
she does lose the first round of roulette, she has to keep betting to make her money back.
Double each time until
Each
you.
time you have to
That's the-
double, yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah,
That's
make
the
sure you get
DeVito
it.
method. The DeVito method. Ray DeVito was just on the Ask Me Anything show. He should have asked him for his DeVito method bets. Yeah, lacrosse, America's original pastime, of course. The original game, way before baseball. The Native Americans were playing that sport. Beautiful game. I had a game this morning that I missed because I forgot to set my alarm. Whoopsie daisy! But I technically did have a lacrosse game this morning at 8:30, and I slept till 10:30. I had my high school 20-year reunion last night, so I was actually well behaved, and my degenerate friends were not. So I was in the. I was actually the designated driver, if you can believe that.
I can't. But also, how was the reunion? Were there a lot of people you didn't want to see? I'm gonna be the guy if I ever go to my reunion that got fat. I'm the guy that how many were there that were like they got fat?
Well, so I didn't actually go to the reunion. I was working at the soccer ball comedy club here in Stanford, but I did meet everybody out afterwards. It seemed fine from the reports I gathered. Steve, your mind is exactly where mine was. My first question was, all right, who got fat? Who was freakish looking? Is anybody trans? So we had, I think our graduating class was like 500 or 600. It was a large high school. And it was mostly from what I gather, it's mostly all the same people that go out anyway. But I was hoping, I really wanted, there was all the Haitian immigrants we had at our school that kind of did their own thing. But I was really hoping to hear that they all showed up. That would have been fun. But no, it was mostly dumb whites and, a lot of blacks too, but not the Haitian contingent. So, yes, I don't know how the actual reunion went, but I saw them afterwards and dealt with a detritus of human existence that was lingering on afterwards.
Were the Haitians first generation, second generation? In other words,
first generation.
So
I
they
used
couldn't even
to.
speak. Yeah.
They were on the 6th floor of our school, and I used to say it was like sounded like you're going underwater because there's your whoop 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 whoop. It just sounded, like you're talking underwater down there with all the Haitian talk. God bless their souls. Some of them are my dear, dear friends. Shout out all the Francois I know.
Cannibals. Yeah. And cannibals.
Yeah, now cannibals. Cannibals, good eats.
Do Haitian people make good food at all? So, I don't know. I lived in New York 20 years. I don't remember a Haitian
I feel like
dish.
they do stews. They're very stewy.
It's not good.
I heard they make dirt cookies.
Yeah.
That was like an old O&A bit. They were watching Asian people
Oh, yeah.
mixing mud and water and just eating cookies that they baked in the sun out of mud.
It's still bizarre to me, and this is a sports show, of course. It's still bizarre to me that Haiti and the Dominican Republic are the same island, and one is a tourist destination, and one is the surface of Mars, basically.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Well,
the people in the Dominican Republic think very poorly of the people in Haiti, and
Who doesn't?
it's just not only do they all are pretty much the same. They even come from the same fucking place, but they figured out, oh no, we hate you. You're somehow different than us, and it was just because they were colonized, I think, by different countries.
That's right. I was gonna say the Haiti is the one with the American base, which is why it's a shithole, because that's what we do when we put people there. But they my buddy was infantry there, and this is back in the 90s. He was ordered to run people over, like in other words, between the the Air Force base and the actual. Yeah, there's like military orders. You're not allowed to stop. So if there are people, they die. They just die under your 3-ton, 4-ton fucking vehicle. Sorry, there's nothing you can do about it. That's it.
Now we have to say,
water,
I just have to say sports every couple minutes for the
Sports!
algorithm. So sports, as
Here,
we've
I'll
always
pan to
done, we do that
I'll
every.
pan to the game.
Home run.
Oh wow! Look at this. Hold on.
pan.
Can you zoom in? This is. I love this. I love this type of broadcasting.
Yeah, it's so clear. Everybody loves my fucking whole thing here. I don't know if I can zoom. I'm gonna try here. No, it won't let me because I suck.
Hack.
Yeah.
I have to ask Victor, any recent visits to the adult trap house, the husband trap house?
We're having a lot of problems right there. The trap owner now has a long-term girlfriend. It's a mistake. We've all told him already.
Wow.
And so it's like we go there, she shows up, and we all have to leave. And
so is this not a trap house anymore? Are they are living at the trap house?
As someone who's not been up to date on what this even is, what's the
you'll love this, house? Steve. You'll love
Steve,
this.
So here's the deal: we have there's a house of divorcees. It was originally one guy.
Flip your camera, you clown.
Relax. I was giving you sports, you fucker. We have a house that he's a wealthy guy, and he got divorced, and he ended up buying his own house. It's fucking it's a big fucking party zone. And so you could do whatever, smoke, pills, whatever. But our guys will basically, they're married guys that go over there while they drop their kids off or whatever. They spend a half an hour, they fucking smoke, they do pills, and then they go back to the game and pick up the kids or whatever. It's a trap. They all come in that. But this guy is now in a relationship. And before that, he would just get fucked up, passes out. He could care about anything. And now.
So it's basically a trap house for married men. They just tell them they're going to go do stuff and go to the house and do drugs and alcohol, right?
Yeah,
Victor?
But that's right. But annually he has a party, and this is the funniest part where you have to hide the drugs. So you bring the wives, and it's the most boring event ever. They put on TV and they go, "We're gonna watch a game," and the girls sit there and they leave. They go, "I have no idea why you go to that house," and then they hit the button, all the drugs come right back on the table, and they go right back at it. It's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. Yeah,
this sounds like the house all those Chiefs fans died in.
Correct. Yes, there is a lot of smoke inhalation issues. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, does anyone freeze to death in the backyard?
No. The worst part is people will cook things, and the cigarette stove thing is generally not a problem because everybody's got something special for their joints. But they will overcook shit and just leave it on there because they fucking pass out. And the other guys passed out, and then it's awesome to watch the fucking maniacs blame each other. Or one will just literally go pick up their kids. Hey, I got this on the stove. I'm going to get my kid and bring him home. And it burns, and it's not his fault somehow.
Now take a look at this, Victor.
Are we popping?
Yeah, what kind of pills? Sorry.
Mostly the Vicodin. Not Molly. The more the fun kind. You know what I mean? Relax your body, go get your kids. Hopefully don't die in the crash kind of pills. And you're not rubbing your arms or anything like that.
One man's fatal crash is another man's treasure, they say.
Oh, and there are shrooms. I take it back. It's let me. Hey, we're not just here for the designer drugs. There's also the natural. There's no peyote, but shrooms are a thing. LSD. I think Stancil, you might be good at this house too.
I think I would do just fine at that house.
I think you would be fine. I don't think you would leave.
Show this to your nephew afterwards. I just came up 16 years ago, conference champions. I'm there, bottom left with my finger in the air, doing the number 1 sign.
Fucking game.
There it is, proof, folks. Central Connecticut State University 2008 conference champion, all-American athlete, 3-time PCLL All-Star, Jim Stancil. There I am. See?
Were you midi forward? What were you?
Long pole, close defense. Long pole, close defense. I guarded the X-Man, the guy behind the net, because I got fast twitch muscles in my ankles because I'm 4% North African, according to my 23andMe. Anywho, where do we even begin?
Wait, we didn't finish the trap house talk, did we?
Did we?
Where we last checked in, now there's a girlfriend ruining everything?
Right.
She shows up, yeah, right.
Sports, by the way, sports.
Sports, she used to be, but Trap House is a place we go to watch sports. So we're going to watch the game. We're going over to the kid's house. And that's what we used to say. Well, I could do whatever the fuck I want, but that's what everybody else says. And now she used to be cool with it when she first started showing up at the trap, because we will have single ladies appear on occasion for other things as well. But then she got serious with this guy, and now when she shows up, she just stares at everybody and gets drunk. And let's talk about everyone, and we all leave because she's boring. She makes everything
Women
terrible.
ruin everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Right, boys? Hey, boys. Yeah, women, right? Yeah.
You feel self-conscious taking Vicodin around a lady?
Not being able to speak English after like 8 bikes or perks. Yeah, it's people. Some guys don't like that. Like, and she sees the wives on the streets and stuff later, or at another bar or whatever, and she says, "Oh, I saw your husband." So a lot of these guys don't. It's not a trap. It's basically there's a mole in the house now. She wasn't always a problem, but now she is.
Julian Huerta says, "Show this hack's wife this podcast."
Yeah, all right. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, these girls don't know that. They're too busy with their vaginas and stuff.
Yeah, they're always fiddling around with those things. God knows how those things work. So I haven't figured it out. Who
They
cares?
want their SUVs. They want, their clothes.
As I always say, making women come is gay. The alpha thing to do is get yours and get out of there. I don't care if you make white or not. I'm going to get mine. And whether you consent or not, frankly. Steve, now you posted you had a big win this weekend, I think I saw on your Twitter.
Sure
did you not?
Yeah, I did. I bet $20 on Anthony Smith, who was a heavy underdog in his fight in the UFC, and I won like $110. But the reason it was funny is because Bruce Buffer, who's like never made a mistake in all of his years of buffering, he's announcing the winner of the fight, and he says the fucking wrong name.
Did he? That's great. I didn't see that. I don't watch. I'm gay. I didn't see it.
Is there a prop bet for that?
Did he go? Wait, did he go through the whole thing, like scream the name, or did he like stop himself?
I can pull up the video if you like.
Do you have it there?
Yeah, so the guy that Smith was fighting, Vitor Petrino, was undefeated. So Bruce Buffer goes, and the winner, and still undefeated. And right after he says that, Smith just looks at him like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I've been defeated many
Like,
times.
And
And he says, Vitor Petrino. Oh, excuse me. In the middle of the wrong name. I can pull it up. Hold on. It's very funny.
Yeah, let me know when you have it.
That's
I'll throw it up. Victor, what are these people talking about? Victor looks uncomfortable with windows without blinds. Somebody else said something about garbage bags on your windows.
Sometimes you got to be careful. You know what I mean? You don't want people looking in. I understand that. I am looking for adults to come up here and get on the camera, because there are some trap individuals that may or may not want to be seen here right now at this campus.
Nice of Vic to take the black bin liner off the windows.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
He said bin liner, which leads me to believe he's Australian.
That's good.
Bins. They say bins. They say
Bins?
rubbish, bins. What does that idiot brown snake always say? Heaps.
Colony of fucking vandals and thieves and just terrible people.
Here we have something. Now look at this production. This is what happens when you have a producer as a guest.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
All right, ready? Here you go. It's quick. It's 10 seconds.
Excuse me. Anthony Lionheart Smith. Excuse me.
Fucking Christ.
Lionheart Smith.
I love, look at him.
Excuse me.
So this is right after he said undefeated. So Smith is already like, wait, what? No, I'm not. And then just the wrong fucking
That's
name.
great.
And by the way, he won this fight by submission. So like there wasn't like, oh, maybe he lost by decision or something. He 100% finished the fight. So there was no confusion as to who won the fight.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Is the best.
Anthony Lionheart Smith.
Bruce
But yeah,
Bruce
the
Buffer
excuse me
sounds
kills me.
different than I remember.
Jesus
Getting
Christ.
old.
You train for fucking 2 decades and you don't, and you finally win the bout, the championship or whatever it is, and he announces the other asshole.
That's what I was thinking, is how shitty a feeling that must be. Like Smith has lost 3 out of his last 4 fights, so he's been really struggling to get a win. And he finally gets one, and Bruce Buffer, who never makes a mistake, says the wrong fucking name.
Sizzle real
trying to
road.
be a little kick in the balls right after you win.
Yeah.
If you're, as always, for all of this is at Ski Mask Media, I'll take a look at some poor people chats, but if you want something definitely read, you got to put a couple bucks behind it. But anyway, that's just a public service announcement. As somebody who may or may not do the intro announcements at a particular soccer ball comedy club every night, I did have a time I can relate, as I once totally blanked on the name of the person I was bringing to the stage, and I just so it was and your host, and I just couldn't do it, and he just walked on the stage, and that was it. Like, all right, well, I don't know what I just totally brain farted. I couldn't even make up a name, and I just said, and your host. And
give it up for this piece of shit. Yeah, this fucking loser who I don't know his name and he sucks a dick. Give it up.
Yeah,
that guy. He's the host.
Well, there he is. That's him. No, he was. I forget who it was. They were a good sport about it. But yeah,
Bruce Crawford just taught you what you have to do in that situation.
Excuse me.
A very little silly. Excuse me. Your
I'm
host.
a fake.
Excuse me.
Anywho.
By the by, I was in Atlantic City this for a heartbeat over the last week. If you boys are
go on.
Yeah, I was. I showed up on Thursday. We had a little bit of a, and again, this is partly because the trap house is no bueno. So a lot of the guys now are going back to their old tricks, which is sales meetings out of town, if you will. You know. And they'll basically schedule a night that they have to be in Jersey to meet clients, and we all are fucking scumbags for a little bit. It's nice. It's nice. You get out. You get to do things. But I lost my asshole. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I was just going to ask you.
No, but I got fucked.
And you're not coming to you're not coming to Colorado at the end of the month.
Not going to make it. I got a
all right,
big birthday party I got to go to.
So if you watched the show last week, we have to do, this is going to just be a weekly segment at this point. Jeff Hardy, the ex-Hardy boy, if you missed it, is totally, well, good for him. He was addicted to drugs, and now he's not. Now, bad for him. He thinks he can sing. So here's this week's update of Jeff Hardy thinking he can sing. I'm an idiot. I hit the wrong button. This is the show. I don't really care.
Do you want to send it to me and I can play it?
It's embarrassing.
Okay, hold on. We're going to run that. If you missed it, folks, the first line was, I believe in Santa Claus. He's the guy with big balls.
Hey.
I believe in Santa Claus. He's the man with real big balls. Halloween's my favorite holiday.
Halloween.
I believe in the Easter Bunny.
He's fucking
crazy funny. I believe in New Year's Eve. It's reading by Shavy.
This isn't worse than Bob Dylan though, and that's like the voice he's doing.
Halloween's my favorite holiday.
Is this a comedy song? It's not parody, right?
No.
You wouldn't call it parody. It's comedy themed.
This is the absolute state of Jeff Hardy. One more, folks.
Sorry.
I'm letting go of letting down. My heart is done with breaking. Other hearts of human beings. Open minds that close down, seeing me for who I really am. God sees, also give a damn. I feel love consuming me. Something feels less humanly. More than myself in light, and more than myself through light.
That's rocking.
The geese. Yeah. There's geese. Because he's outside in a public park. Now, Steve, you like a bit of heavy metal and that type of. Now he had a little screamo in there. Did you appreciate that?
Oh yeah, that was super awesome. He yelled, and you
now
could tell.
Would you go to it? I mean, yeah, he got in there. He did a little screamo there, right?
Yeah, that was rough stuff. I don't like even with doing it acoustically. That was heavy metal as shit. So
you could be Godsmack.
Kudos to him for being rock and roll.
Yeah.
My God, how many ladders did his head go through? That is
What,
fucking insane.
what was his come out music? I don't even remember it.
Oh, the Hardy Boys, they had a
Yeah.
jam. I mean, all the Attitude Era, all those were jams. I
Right.
mean, I used to bang those albums back to back.
You would listen to the actual come out music? Did you have that album? Wasn't it
Yes,
like WWE?
WWE Volume 2.
That's but why how much you paid $15 for that?
Yes. Are you kidding me?
All right.
As a young wrestling fan in the best era of wrestling ever, that literally was a banger. D'Lo Brown, Stone Cold Steve Austin's,
Yes.
the glass breaking, The Rock, Undertaker. They're all WWE, the music, Volume 2, folks. I still have it on my phone. I downloaded it on. I really hate saying WWE, by the way. Volume
Should be
3.
up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Volume 3 has all the bangers. This is the show. Sports.
I don't even know.
Can you guys
It
hear
should be
that?
it should be Federation though. You're right.
I have the music. Hold on. I guess I have to share my screen so you can hear it.
That's something you should probably do. Just try.
Here we go.
Yeah, they're not on this one. Do I have to click it or can you click it?
He's trying to click things.
Should be sharing.
Here we go.
There it is. I do remember this. Yeah, well, you see them both singing it.
Not surprising is that Jeff's the one on the left.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
You know, he doesn't do music like this, which is what's weird to me.
Right.
I think we have to cut it before YouTube takes us down.
Yeah, whatever.
But
Whatever.
And he's still making videos with the mask or something.
I don't know.
I don't know what. But anyway, Jeff Hardy, there's your weekly Jeff Hardy update. Totally unhinged, but he has tour dates. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah,
when's
where
he
do I
coming to New
get...
York? We have to go see him.
Oh, my God. Can we please?
Go to whatever fucking Chuck E. Cheese he's performing at. And throw tomatoes at him.
Ooh.
Oh, they Motley Crue, by the way, a little side is Motley Crue was at Hard Rock on Friday night, and Vince, what's his name, the gay lead singer, he had a spill.
Vince Neil, I saw the video.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
busted his ass.
yeah. I had free tickets to it. I didn't use it because I was so mad I lost money. I left. Being a gambler sucks because you can't have a good time if you don't win. You know what I mean? You're like,
Uh-oh.
I'm not drinking. I'm out.
But you also usually don't stop gambling until you lose, even if you win.
Well, if I win more than 10 times what I brought, I will leave.
Right. I agree.
So I just opened my Twitter to pull something up I wanted to bring up, and look at the first thing, Steve, that comes up.
What is? Oh my God!
UK Mets.
That's
Jesus
the fucking.
Christ.
Let's salvage this shipwreck. Yeah, that's the shitty UK Mets though. That's the off-brand.
He's the backward. Let's salvage this shipwreck in the bay. Hashtag LGM. This is the well, they're both autistic. Now, did you see our other pal UK Mets posted his dog's birthday and said absolute birthday scenes?
You know I'm already pulling it up.
I don't even know what to say.
Absolute birthday scene.
Someone has turned 5 today.
Fuck. Jesus Christ.
Birthday scenes.
Yeah, I've said it. If I've said it once, I've said it about 500 million times.
This poor thing.
If you're a Mets fan, it's because you have some sort of autistic thing wrong with you.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. This was sent to me by my little friend just a couple of hours ago. Where is it? Yeah. This is the show. I just play things on my phone and hold up this.
Yeah, why would you ever learn how to do what a producer does and make it actually good? That's smart.
What is this? Oh no, yeah. You could just stop. You could just stop
Yeah.
watching
Nope.
this
I was born into
stupid
it.
fucking team.
My old
Don't be a
man.
fan. When the Oakland A's moved to Vegas, every Mets fan should just become a Vegas A's fan and
Be
start
fine.
fresh.
It should be done. But I have a basketball question, gentlemen.
Sports. Go ahead. Is this about my huge upcoming game at the courts at West 4th Street on Tuesday at 5 p.m. that we're all going to go to?
If there's drinking there, I might show up. But yeah, no, it's about the New York Knicks. And in the 20-some odd years I lived in New York, I've been to a dozen games at the Garden. But I had a number of friends that were at the Philly game on Thursday night, and the amount of Jewish, aka hack guys, there were according to reports,
Tunnelers, please. We say tunnelers.
I'm sorry, tunnelers. I'm sorry, not hat guys. They don't all wear hats anymore, but
they do all crawl out of tunnels like rats.
And so hat guys and smelly in large amounts at the game.
Like you talking Indian men now?
Hat.
Oh, we're still talking tunnelers, the smelly tunnelers.
Yeah, smelly tunnelers. Non-shower.
We have to say that. We have to say tunnelers, or else YouTube will strike the channel because YouTube loves Israel.
Smart, of course. Nope. Death to Palestine. No questions, of course.
Sure.
But the question is, I don't remember there being that big of a following like that, and I didn't even know that.
No, Jews love the Knicks. Jews love the Knicks and the Mets.
They do.
I'm sorry, tunnelers love the Knicks and the Mets.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think they like the Mets because they like them both probably because they like to complain a lot. So they're like,
Dude, that's totally a fucking thing. Mets fans are into how often the Mets get screwed over because it gives them the opportunity to bitch and moan about the Mets. They love when the umps screw them over like it happened the other night. And they love when management makes poor decisions with players, and because it's nonstop fodder for them to fucking bitch and moan about.
Wow.
And we all know they love to bitch and moan, don't they, folks? The Knicks, I tell you what, to actually talk about sports for a quick second. Oh, sorry, my phone is still doing. The Knicks Philly series was a hell of a series, I have to say, to be serious for his.
You muted yourself or something.
100%. He killed his fucking microphone.
I don't know if you unplugged something. I don't know if the universe is trying to tell you that it doesn't care about your opinion on the Knicks.
We were talking about.
Yeah, that was a touchy subject.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
The weather controllers. Yes, go on.
Listen to this.
Wow. That's the Celsius heat working its way through your colon.
Oh boy, there's some heat on that one, folks. My buddy, my friend who's a doctor, who is the most degenerate friend I know, literally. I don't know why that always happens, but piece of shit. Brought a homemade buffalo chicken dip that I may or may not have eaten an entire Tupperware of at 2 a.m. So there's that. So it stinks in here.
Some gastrointestinal.
But yes, a hell of an old school series between the Knicks and the Sixers. I didn't realize Joel Embiid is such a big piece of shit. Did you guys know that?
Oh my God! It's the only thing I know about the Sixers that is Joel Embiid is a giant pussy. He sucks. He is the most non-clutch player in the NBA, and every year, the Sixers get knocked out of the playoffs, and he cries walking into the locker room.
Yeah,
I didn't see it this year, but did he do it again? Because it's every year.
I talked about it on my Stancil Compound pregame this week, actually, which is now up on the Patreon. The Patreon is on and popping, in case you missed it. Over 10 videos uploaded just yesterday, only now off of for free. Anywho, but he reminds me of a new age Dwight Howard in a way, where Dwight Howard was a freakish specimen, but one of the softest. Like, he could have been an easy Hall of Famer if he had any kind of killer instinct, and he's just a pussy. I don't think Embiid is as big of a pussy, but he reminds me a cross between Dwight Howard and Draymond Green as far as being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And he's 7.
Shit. He does dirty shit.
You're right.
And then again, when his team finally loses at the end of the year, he cries like a baby. And it's like, dude, hold yourself together. You're a professional athlete. It's one thing if maybe the first year they got knocked off, like it's a new thing. He failed his team, whatever. Every year he cries like a bitch, and it's insane to me.
And he's a multi-millionaire. All right, so forget the sport altogether. Just fucking go get a blowjob or take some fucking Vicodins. I understand they help.
It seems like, Victor, you might be still a bit upset about losing a good amount of money in Atlantic City. Seems you're focused on the money aspect of things, that it makes him happy.
It does make everything proper in the world.
Nice car. What kind of car are you driving nowadays?
Don't worry about it, okay?
Oh, boy. Show us the VIN number, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you guys watch any of that series? It honestly was. Oh, boy. Hold on. He paid for it. We have to read it. Hopefully it's not about Ray DeVito again, because he ruined the last show at the last minute with a Ray DeVito. Gino Bisconti is in the chat, fan of the show, of course. Uh-oh, Victor just, I think I offended Victor. Gino Bisconti, $20. Embiid is soft.
Agreed.
Love him, but I am so effing over him.
He
Care to
will not
comment on
win.
this Gino Bisconti guy, Steve?
Gino Bisconti, he's soft. I love him, but I am so effing over him. That's my opinion on Gino.
That is actually, yeah, wow, he really reversed that on him. Yeah, he's a soft big guy, and thank you, Gino, for that. Fine. Gino did a sprawling 3-hour Gratcast yesterday with Little Emmy that was actually fairly entertaining, I have to say. I watched most of it.
I have gratitude for that cast.
I have gratitude for Gino's cast. I really hate that name, but that's for another day.
You and the people at Gratwick Productions really hate that he
I
uses
saw the
that
people
name.
at Gratwick, yeah.
He stole their name.
I just can't. Obviously, I was spoiled and grew up watching 90s ball with Jordan versus the Knicks and the Pistons and Shaq on the Magic and Shaq and Kobe on the Lakers, yada, yada, yada. But there's just something boring now about these big guys who shoot threes. It almost feels like cheating in a way, like the Doncics and the Jokic and Embiids and Wembayama. It's like you're 7 feet tall, just bang in the paint. Like, why do you even practice shooting threes? You don't need to shoot threes. There's other guys for doing that. I don't really respect it, and I almost find it boring. I was talking to my buddy the other day in general about the state of the NBA and how it's almost unwatchable. And it's just everybody just wants to shoot threes. And I love threes. I grew up, that was my favorite, but I know it's the same amount of distance and all, but it's just seen more special in the day. And now just that's all anybody wants to shoot is three balls. It's just boring to me. I don't know.
Now the only thing you could do to be impressive shooting a three is the half-court shot, basically. The Steph Curry from the fucking midline paint shoot a three.
Right. That's the new three, exactly. The new three is just shooting it from 10 feet behind the three-ball line.
Yeah.
Victor's battery died, but he's back.
But yeah, I don't know, basketball, I have a very hack opinion on basketball, and that I find myself incredibly bored for the first 3.5 quarters. And then finally at the end, unless it's a blowout, it gets interesting because now the points actually matter because you have to win right before the fucking clock stops. Before that, though, and it almost seems like just lazy basketball.
Street ball, yes, exactly.
They lays up the court, and the pass. Either one guy will just dribble and take a shitty shot, or they'll pass it around a bunch of times. And I don't know. There's nothing to it. You're just waiting for the fourth quarter to happen, the whole game.
It's a ton of isos nowadays, isolation plays, where everybody clears out. I mean, the guys just running down the court, throwing up threes, and I hate to sound like an old fogey, but nobody under the basket. And they just do a stop and pop three, miss it, and there's 4 guys and nobody else is under the basket. Nobody follows a shot, but whatever. But I will say this. As a Bulls fan, as somebody who by nature has to not like the Knicks because as a Bulls fan, but as a sports fan, it is the city needs it. The sports both do, NBA especially, is a much better product when the Knicks are competitive. So it is fun to see them going further in the playoffs. Obviously, I'm in the city on Tuesdays, and I walk around the Garden. There's always a buzz about the last few weeks, and the Knicks are in the playoffs. So it is good for the NBA. In a weird way, I'm rooting for them just for the sake of the game. I hate so cliche and hack, but the Garden is at its best when the Knicks are in the playoffs.
The Rangers too.
And the Rangers, and the Rangers as well.
Yeah.
So it is not a fan of either team, unfortunately, but it is fun and good for the both sports and the Gardens, the city specifically, when they do well. Care to comment?
Big East tournament used to be there back in the day, and when Pitt was in there, all the Pennsylvania boys would come out. It's still a pretty good tournament, but that when the Garden is loaded, when shit's going on, it's the best. You know what I mean? There's not a party like it there.
You look like John Hamm.
Well,
Somebody said.
My dick's the same size.
Ooh, yeah, John Hamm does have a hammer, and again, sports. But John Hamm does. Have you seen his cock, Steve?
No, I have not.
Oh, we meant to bring it up on Tuesday. Big piece on John Hamm. He's got a ham hock.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, I've heard he's got a ham hock.
Ham cock. Rack me. What else? What else do you have to share there, Steve?
Well,
You
I
actually
have
did
a
show prep, which I
basketball
don't
video
do.
That kind of goes with what we're talking about stadiums being at their best or teams being at their worst. Did you see? I think it happened on Thursday. Here it is. Basketball player throws a ball into the stands.
No.
Gorgeous.
Can you see this?
Yep.
Yep.
Here we go. Bam! Hits a woman in the head. Gives the ball back to him. Bam! Throws it right back at him.
Awesome.
What the hell? Wait. All right. Obviously, we'll play it again. I missed the.
Hold on. Let me get the. There's a clearer version. It's just shorter.
So that was the Celtics getting their dicks kicked in.
No, that was the Bucks.
It was the Bucks.
The
Getting
Bucks
their
against the
penises.
Pacers. This is 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the Bucks are down, I think, by more than 10, and they're going to lose. So Patrick Beverly, who is a known NBA bad boy with a little bit of a temper problem, he throws the ball into the stands because a fan said at one point what they were losing, like the game's pretty much gone already. The fan was like, on three, Cancun, 1, 2, 3, Cancun, saying like, oh, you guys are done.
That's great.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he took umbrage to the Cancun comment, and this is what he did. Well,
Name
first,
this episode Cancun comment.
yeah, here we go. I don't know why this video starts right at. It starts with the woman getting hit in the head, but right here,
Yeah.
the woman gets drilled in the face with the ball because he was aiming at the guy with the blue hoodie with the yellow sleeves.
Okay.
That's Mr. Cancun, Mr. Worldwide. Drills a lady in the fucking face. Just misses him completely. The guy who he was aiming at gets the ball. And he's like, can I have that back? Oh, sure, you can have this back. Here, throw it right in my face. And he throws it back at him.
Great.
Well, I missed that. Did he get? I assume he got in some trouble for that, right?
He's going to Cancun.
Not really.
He's going to Cancun. The guy's
He
right.
made an apology. He said, I'm sorry. And he called some lady was trying to interview him after the game to ask him what happened. And he's like, do you subscribe to my podcast? No? Well, then I ain't saying shit to you.
Oh, really?
So he
7 million.
apologized to the fan, I think. He apologized to the lady. He said, I ain't giving you shit because you don't subscribe to my podcast. And he put out some tweet that was like, I must do better, and I will. But really, he was just being a fucking baby. Some guy, because what that guy said was completely like not that big of a deal.
I think I'm going to use that line whenever anybody asks me anything from now on. Do you subscribe to my podcast? If not, fuck off. That's a
everybody
great.
in the
I'm
world
just going to
has
use that all the time.
Right.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he did not apologize to the fan, but he did apologize to the woman, the journalist, who he said, "Do you subscribe to my podcast too?" So at least he's nice to the right people. I have to assume, even though the fan said he's like, I didn't say anything other than that the entire game. I don't know what his problem is. I'm sure it's a fucking playoff game, and these people are surrounded by Pacers fans. There's no way the entire game wasn't them just talking shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
And
listen, you paid thousands of dollars for those seats, Steve. Right? So
Yeah.
you should probably get the opportunity to say shit if you want to.
sure, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But I also have no problem with Patrick Beverly launching a basketball right in their face. I
I
don't
would
think
love
that's a
that.
good
If I got
thing either.
fucking that, I'd be all about it.
I would be excited.
the
I would,
fuck up.
holy shit, we made him freak out so bad he just tried to hit us.
Let Kevin Durant take a step into the fucking bleachers and right hook me. I'll have that. I would love it. I'll come down. I'll go right down. I don't even care about being sued. Just give me the clip.
He's another one. Kevin Durant. I
Right.
saw a clip of him this year. Some lady in the stands, like pregame while they were doing a shoot around, was like, "Oh, Durant, you're soft. You're a bitch." And he went, "What?" And like started walking into the stands, not like to fight, but be like, "I can't believe you say like, why would you say something?"
Oh, I
like
saw that. Yes.
Hurtful.
Like, that's fucked up. It's like,
Those people, by the way,
Grow
those
up.
people also had a podcast. The husband and wife. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
They were
look like
podcast
piece of white
hosts that
trash
have a-
shit, so it made sense.
Subscribe.
Everyone has a podcast. Who doesn't? I don't, but everyone else does. Yeah, Kevin Durant's another one in that soft category.
But at least he wins games. He's been on championship winning teams.
For sure.
Barely.
Joel
Barely.
Embiid is soft with just no upside. It's just all I'm gonna
Okay.
do okay the regular season, but come playoff times, I'm a little baby boy.
Kevin Durant looks too much like Daffy Duck because between the shoe he always wears the leggings and he has oddly large feet. So and he has very skinny legs. He always reminds me of Daffy Duck, especially when he was on the the Thunder when he had orange shoes.
Yeah, I heard a rumor
Hot take.
about Kevin Durant when he was on the Brooklyn Nets that if I'm remembering this correctly, Bill Schultz had one of these porn girl escort types on morning once, and she said that she wouldn't say the name of the basketball star, but some guy in New York
I remember.
liked
This.
having her come fart in his face and like just do fart stuff to him.
And it wasn't you?
It wasn't me. I was not playing basketball at that time.
Right.
And Bill guessed, is it Kevin Durant? And she got like a little weird. You're like, no, why would you guess him? Why was he your first guess? And it's like, yeah, it's Kevin Durant.
Yeah, it's Kevin Durant.
Of course. Well, if
Yeah,
you
getting
get that
face
much,
farted.
if you get that much pussy though, like at what point don't you start doing weird shit? You know what I mean? There's
I guess, but to have like apparently like that was the only thing she came over there to do.
like
I
when
can
you
understand
jerk off
dipping
in
a
the
finger
park.
and stuff because you're bored,
Yeah.
but it doesn't sound like he likes sex. It sounds like he just likes face farts.
Ooh. Any fart play over at the trap house, Victor?
There's no fart play at the trap house at all. At all. We're disgusting old men. We're just fucking hanging out and shitting our pants all the time anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I guess if that's what you want, fart play. But that's just more like depends talk. You know, it's not really.
Do any of your friends, and again, sports, do any of your
Sports.
friends wear Depends yet? Serious question.
We got one with a colostomy bag, but that's different. That doesn't
Ooh,
count.
bagging it.
I had now. Are you both at this point? It was the original story, the first story I ever told in the first Ski Mask Collective I was on as a guest at Mead's house.
Of course.
I told. Are you both familiar with the colostomy bag story?
Very familiar. I am. I don't know.
I
Steve.
don't think I am.
The abridged version. When I was a young lad, Tom canning around, one of the girls I hooked up with had a colostomy bag that burst in my bed multiple times. I woke up to a shit-filled bed. A stirring update to that story. You're not going to believe this. She's dead.
Yeah, she probably died.
Not kidding.
Died.
She's dead. She was a few years younger than me. She succumbed to shitbag, I guess. I don't really know what you die of when you have a colostomy bag, but
When you're 25 years old, you're probably not going to make it to anywhere.
and I have to say it again because it's still one of the funniest social media posts in the history of mankind. By chance, our other friend, you're not going to believe this. Three people in our friends group had sex with this girl. One of our other friends had sex with her, and me and Mead came back to my apartment at the time. He somehow went back first with her, blah, blah, blah. And there was, he also popped her bag, and there was shit on that blanket.
Ugh.
and he posted the blanket with shit on it on Facebook, tagged her in it, and just in all caps wrote, "Change your bag." One of the great. Mead still has the post. It's one of the great. Oh, Stu Cluster in the Heezy. I'll read it if you pay for it. I'm a man. I'm a man of the people. Durant was drafted by Seattle. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Stu, I believe, is in the Northwest. I get him mixed up. Hold on. Kelly called me, and she texted me. She's having issues with money.
Remedial.
She put $250 into her DraftKings, she said.
Oh boy. I hope she used it all on one spin.
Hello?
Yeah.
Christ.
God damn it. They don't have online, they don't have gambling in Illinois, DraftKings.
You fucking bitch.
Can you just have Steve help me?
Why don't you just send me the money and I'll bet it for you? That's what Ski Mask does with Vinny Cash.
No, just
Let's see.
I'm in the Rangers game. I just don't know how much to bet. Like it just says negative 105.
No, you want to bet the goals, the +1, the puck line,
The puck line?
where it says +1.5.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
If you're on DraftKings,
All right. Puck one
here's the
plus
bet I
one.
would put in.
I might just send it to you.
Why don't you? Are you on DraftKings?
Can you hear my voice?
She cannot. No, but hold on,
Oh,
Steve.
all right,
If you're on
repeat after me.
DraftKings, Kelly,
Same game parlay.
I'm gonna send you.
Rangers getting 1.5. Then go to game lines.
She's an idiot.
Yeah.
The easy.
They don't have gambling.
No, the
so-
easiest thing for you to do, Kelly, is I'm going to send you the invite to our betting group, and you can just copy. You can look at the bets, and you can just copy my bet and bet the same bet. Shut that dog up. And that goes for any of our loyal listeners. If anybody wants to join our DraftKings sports betting group, just let me know. I'll send you the link. Anybody can come in. Steve's in it. Mead's in it. Ski Mask is in it. You can see all of our degenerate bets, copy them, whatever. All right, let me know how it goes.
All right, but I just need to know the hockey. That's what I want to go with. What Steve said.
+1.5 and under 5.5 goals.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
goodbye. Jesus, God, they're so needy, these
Does
fucking
she wear her
broads. They don't
retard-
shut up.
Does she wear her helmet in the house or no?
I don't know. I mean, you know, she never shows her. She might just be in an insane asylum for all I know at this point, doing squats and stealing somebody else's gym videos as her own.
Squats are good though. Squats are good.
Yeah, I'll give her a squat. Jesus, we're at an hour already. Steve, do you have any other video you had there?
I do. I have a baseball game that ended in very Metsy fashion.
Let's do this one, and then we'll finish on this. Beautiful.
But it wasn't the Mets. It was the Cardinals against the fucking Chicago White Sox, which are one of the worst fucking teams in the league, if not the worst. So before I play it, this is the 10th inning of a baseball game that is just came back from a 3-hour rain delay.
Okay.
So it's the 10th inning, 2 batters are out, the bases are loaded, and right before the guy throws the next pitch, the ump says, timeout, it's raining too hard, we have to fucking pause the game. So these fucking assholes have to sit around and wait 3 hours for the last out of the game. And then the ump, seemingly just wanting to fucking go home, calls this strike 3.
Got to be kidding me. All of that. He's going to call a pitch.
White Sox, again, one of the worst
What
teams
a
in the league.
crazy game.
They squeaked one out just
And a
by,
crazy way to
just
end.
because this guy
Oh, what's his
wanted
name?
to go the fuck home. He's like, I just waited 3 hours for one at bat. I'm sending all of you home. I'm not letting this guy fucking tie the game up so we can sit here another 3 hours. This game's over.
I'm blanking on his name, but I know that umpire, and he's renowned for having a bit of a toot on him. So he's a very that wouldn't surprise me. What's his name? God damn it! I want to say somebody in the chat.
Vagalomic Baldhead.
I could probably find it. It might say it. Oh,
Wow, that is nowhere close. And they didn't even fight it. They didn't even make it big. The Cardinals didn't care either.
because they've all been at the field now for fucking 12 hours. They just want to get the
nobody-
fuck out of there.
There's nobody there. Yeah, that's brutal. I didn't see that. Angel Hernandez, thank you, Stu Cluster.
Let's see.
Oh my God.
You gotta be kidding me.
But if you're the White Sox, you're like, wow, that's the greatest thing that could have happened. As someone on the Cardinals, you're like, I just sat here for fucking 3 hours and 3 minutes just for that ending. Are you shitting me?
Was that the
Bases
first
were loaded.
pitch?
He had to tap the ball and they would have scored a run.
Was that the first pitch? Like, did they leave in the middle of a count, or did he have a full at bat?
If I'm remembering it right, he had a full at bat.
All right, at least that
So
would be
it wasn't-
wild if it was.
Did it? I for a second I thought they also came back for one pitch, but then I read the article, and he got a full at bat. But dude, 3 hours for a strikeout that ends with a ball that like is in the dugout. I don't know how whoever that batter was didn't just turn around and crack me up in the fucking face.
Like you said, it seems like everybody just wanted to get the fuck out of there. It didn't. I mean, it is Missouri after all.
That
all
had
right.
Attitude, and then there was another one. Umps with Tude. Where is he?
Oh, you have it. Wow,
Yeah, here we go.
this is like a real show almost.
So Aaron Judge got thrown out of a game yesterday for the first time in his career.
Let's see this. Let's see what we got.
And I want you guys to watch the video and tell me what he did.
How he, presents.
I bet you I know what he did already.
I drive right
Oh,
field.
wait, this is a home run. This isn't that part.
Track wall. See ya.
He hit a home run.
See
He got
ya.
thrown it.
That was today. God damn it, hold on.
They suck at dick anyway.
This is the
Wrong
show.
video.
Sports.
Sports. This is real sports. We don't have to say the word now.
Well, can I guess without even seeing it?
Sure.
Was it balls and strikes?
Yes.
Yeah, you can't. There's a zero tolerance policy. You can't say any word about balls or strikes to the umpire. It doesn't matter if you swear or not. You can't argue. There's a zero tolerance policy for mentioning balls and strikes to the umpire. That's a fact.
But all right, fine. I'll even say you're right, but I need you to tell me what he even said to this umpire that got him ejected.
Strike three. Judge not throwing with that call.
Okay, he's walking away now. Didn't throw him out yet. Now he's
He
out.
gets thrown out.
He's fucking on his way back to the dugout, back completely to the umpire, and the umpire is like, I guess I'll throw him out.
I do like the delay.
It's
he probably just said
insane.
that's not a strike or that was a ball, and the guy ruminated on it.
He definitely ruminated on it, but I wonder if they're gonna replay it here. You can see when he moves his lips. All he said was, "Come on, that's bullshit."
It's always the bald guys, isn't it?
The job of umpire is like being a house. Just really just judging and being this.
Because a lot of people paid to come watch Aaron Judge swing the bat.
Victor, did you do something to David GX5? He really doesn't like you.
Oh,
Kind of stunning.
like
You never
myself.
see him walk.
I get it.
I
Here
do
it
like the
is.
delay. Can I see that one more time? Yeah, here we go. Strike out.
Didn't like the look. He's a
Something
woman.
about a ball. He said something about a ball there.
No, he said, "Come on, man, really? That's bullshit."
Well, that could be seen as saying the balls and strikes are bullshit. Listen, I support
is.
the establishment. I support the umpires. We need law and order in this fucking country.
It's shitty law and order, and every time something like that happens, and like that fucking awful pitch call in the Cardinals game, they just justify the robo umps more and more every fucking year.
Yeah.
Because with a fucking robo ump, you can't yell at it, so there's no, oh, you're gonna get ejected because you were mean to the umpire about calling a ball or a strike. And with the robo ump, there's gonna be a consistent strike zone. We're not gonna have games that end because this fucking
100%.
asshole calls strike three on a ball that's almost in the dirt and out of the fucking strikes. Like, it's bullshit.
No, it might be a controversial take, maybe unexpected for me, but I actually support robo-umps for behind the plate. I think they should have a computer do balls and strikes and still have the umpires in the field.
Sure. I
Crack
think there
me.
should still be humans on the field. I just think as far as calling balls and strikes, if there's an exact defined strike zone, that's not something with nuance. And sometimes when the ball crosses over the corner of the plate, I call it, and sometimes I don't. Well, how the fuck are these guys supposed to figure out when to swing then? If you're sometimes calling it, like, if the two pitches are in the same spot and you get two different responses, what the fuck are they supposed to do?
We have the technology now where, yes, exactly. up until a couple years ago, we could not do that with reliability. Now we 100% have technology. No reason not to do it because, as you said, Steve, it's not a subjective thing like a foul in basketball or, other sports, football, whatever, contact stuff where it's subjective. Balls and strikes are balls and strikes. The box can be obviously automatically adjusted for the height of the batter. And, rack me, rack you. All right, well, that's an hour and something. I have a real job, believe it or not. Tuesday, baby, Tuesday, a huge Tuesday. I looked at the weather, by the way, beautiful, high in the 70s, sun, courts, 12 o'clock, Stansel compound pregame, 1 o'clock, the dump with this gentleman right here, Steve Conti, and maybe Loud Luby, and then 2:15 in hot water with the lightning rod, that is Gina Bisconti, and then 5 o'clock, the courts at West 4th Street. I'll be broadcasting live on this YouTube channel. And then 7 o'clock, go support Ray DeVito's Famous Rays monthly show. What's going to happen? I wish Ray the best. Victor, do you have anything you want to plug? A boy's asshole, perhaps?
That's it. Otherwise, I unless anybody wants to give me money for gambling. But
yeah, send us some money, please.
Yeah.
Steve, I think I did your plugs, but and Garrett and Steve show, of course. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, Garrett and Steve show Thursday night, 7 o'clock on compoundmedia.com. I would like to plug. Nobody noticed I have a burrito stain on the center.
Awesome.
Of my
Nice.
San Jose Sharks shirt. That right here. Hold on, let me get it. Can't really see it actually. It doesn't come up on here. It looks better in person.
I see it. I see it a bit.
Chunk of burrito fell right out on my chest moments before I came in here to do this. I was like, I'm not getting changed.
I'm sorry we interrupted your burrito eating.
It's okay.
I think I mentioned it on this show. I get all my shows mixed up. But yes, the Patreon is hot. The Patreon, Ski Mask Patreon is back. Patreon.com, Ski Mask Media, $3. You get everything. And if you go back in time, there's actually some pretty wild shit in there. What did I do? I rolled a blunt on there. I smashed an Xbox on there. All this compound pre-games go behind the paywall after they're live, blah, blah, blah. So, yes. God bless you, boy. Everyone enjoy your sports. It's a great sports Sunday. You got hockey, you got basketball, you got baseball. There's probably golf if you're rich and gay. Go enjoy it, and we'll all see you soon. Victor, good luck to you, and pray for you.